The doctor's in. Michael Parati reporting for Chomsky.tv from the E-League Major at the Boston Aganis Arena, being joined by Cloud9's coach Valens after a big victory heading to the finals. How do you feel, Coach?
It feels good. I think the practice paid off.
So I've talked to a couple of the players about like what practice is like, and they say you don't really change up too much, heading into the big events. Is that true?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's important to play the way you practice. So it doesn't make sense to kind of do a bunch of different things, when you show up that you didn't practice. Now, if this is a team that you play all the time, right, like a domestic matchup or something like that, that's when you switch it up. So I think in that way, you want to practice how you play, and therefore, that's kind of what we did. We executed kind of what we planned to do.
All right, so you actually mentioned that the veto might have been a bit of a mistake. I imagine you're looking to not do that again tomorrow?
Yeah, no, I think it was just it's just a caveat of like we were vetoing the same maps for two different teams potentially, Fnatic and SK, and the order was reversed. Just a simple mistake. It won't happen.
Perfect. So I mean, this is obviously a huge match for you guys. What are you doing to keep the team, in the right mindset?
Yeah, I think it's important, one, for these guys to kind of, the basics are good, right? Like they're eating healthy, they're staying hydrated, and they're not, make sure they're not waking up like right before we're reviewing something, making sure they have enough time to kind of wake up properly, things like that. And once that kind of stuff, the out of game stuff is taken care of, right? We know we've consistently showed our game plans are effective. We just need people to kind of, execute it, and these guys are hitting all their shots. There's nothing else I can ask for.
So you've been with the team for about a year, correct? So, I mean, just from a viewer perspective alone, this team seems to be leaps and bounds ahead of where they were a year ago. What is the secret? What are you feeding these kids?
I think honestly, it's a combination of the players when they gain experience, they also realize what is lacking in their own game or how do they handle conflict with each other and these kinds of things. And one, they're getting older, they're maturing, right? At the same time, now you have someone with like life experience that's also kind of helping, not even the in-game stuff, the out-of-game stuff, how to handle conflict. And I think a lot of it is just to make sure that when we get in the server, there's no distractions. There's no other distractions. We can focus on a game plan that is based on, refinement through talking to the team. And it just, at that point, if people are warmed up, they're hitting their shots, there's nothing else to worry about.
Cloud9 used to be a bit of a pub team. They'd run in, pop heads, just kind of move on from there. But now you guys seem to be, mixing and matching. You still have that volatile, explosive factor, but you guys seem much more controlled on your executes. Your map pool seems clean enough. Is there anything that you see, as the coach, you can oversee everything. Do you see anything that, may get picked up on by other teams?
Yeah, I think whenever you do well, even if you're doing well for the wrong reasons, people are going to start to look at what you're doing. And it just so happens, obviously, we think we're doing well for the right reasons, but either way, people are going to start to kind of look at it more deeply, right? Figure out why what we're doing is working, and that's totally fine. That's the entire fun of being a Counter-Strike player, Counter-Strike coach, is that you constantly have to reinvent yourself and your team, and make sure that we add in a little bit of difference here, make it look like the same thing, but it's a fake. Like that's the beauty of it. I think it's all good. I think it's a sign of respect that people would be looking at our stuff, right? And at the same time, if we get a feel that people are countering what we were doing in the past, we'll adjust it on the fly. We're prepared.
So FaZe tomorrow, end it all. Do you got anything big planned?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a much different C9 versus FaZe than in the last three matchups. I think we've been playing a little bit timid versus them, and tomorrow it's gonna be kind of all out.
Are you gonna win?
Yeah.
All right, well, that is Valens, guys. Thank you for taking the time, man. Congratulations once again. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on the map. Good luck, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.